Kamala Harris voters, it's going to be okay. I want to tell you what's really going on and make you feel good. And I want you to pay attention, my fellow liberals and leftists. This is going to be kind of deep. It is March 29th, 2025, and I want to give you some very detailed information. Please pay attention to this. And before I go into this, make sure you subscribe on my social media here, whatever social media you're looking at, especially if you're at YouTube, Darren Monroe Politics. If you're not on YouTube, Darren Monroe Politics, follow, but then go over there and subscribe because nobody's talking about what I'm about to talk about. I'm going to earn your subscription in a matter of minutes. The first thing I want you to understand very clearly is that we do have an enemy from within. Trump was right about that. Here's what I mean by that. We have leftists, liberals, Democrats who are walking around like freaking demagogues. They're talking about the horrible things that Donald Trump and Elon's doing because they are doing horrible things. But the problem is they're not putting it into context of the last 10 weeks. In the last 10 weeks, there have been 45 federal rulings. Do you know how many of those federal rulings have been on our side? I do. 44. 44. Now, I remember having this conversation with a neighbor who said, yeah, but they're not doing anything. Yeah, it is doing something. It's reversed trillions of dollars that were frozen. It's reversed tens of thousands of jobs that were fired from darn near every department you can think of, from FBI, CIA, Inspector Generals, VA, Agriculture, Homeland Security, Treasury, IRS. But Darren, he's ducking. He's ducking all of the real truths that's out there. Trump isn't saying this, that, and the other. Yes, he's a liar. And so is Elon. Is this surprising to you? No, let's move it along. Furthermore, I keep hearing these conversations from people about how he's gutting the department. He's gutting the department. Let's talk about the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, for example. Elizabeth Warren said something powerful weeks ago. She said, that's not going to happen. They're not going to shut that down. And she's right. In the last 36 hours, a judge ruled that you got to bring everything back. Just like the week before, a judge ruled with USAID, you got to bring everything back. But you don't hear these leftists, Democrats, or even the media saying that. They talk about it, they report, and then they move on to the shocking thing that Trump does, which brings me to the core of this conversation. Stop paying attention to every damn thing that this man says. In other words, he's not effective. He's executing, but he's not effective. He's like a rim on a tire. You know those fancy spinning rims? He spins around, but goes nowhere. Why do you think this man has been trying to put out almost 150 executive orders in the last 10 weeks? Because he knows he's weak. He knows that if he goes after all of this stuff, shocks you, overwhelms you, somehow he's going to win. But it hasn't worked that way. He didn't anticipate the 22 Democratic states that have governors and AGs suing him back and winning. He didn't anticipate the American Bar Association suing and winning, college students suing, Quakers suing. He didn't see that. He didn't anticipate the power of the ACLU suing and winning. He didn't anticipate federal employee unions suing and winning. He didn't anticipate actual watchdogs suing and winning. He also didn't anticipate the appeals court turning him down 99% of the time, or the Supreme Court in the two major cases he's had so far turning him down 100% of the time. My point is, what he's not thinking through is his strategy. But of course, he keeps doing the same thing over and over. Isn't that what the definition of stupidity is? Doing the same thing over and over. Stupidity. Now, we got to make sure we're not stupid. We're not falling for it. In his 11th week, he's going to do a bunch of crap. In the 12th week, he's going to do a bunch of 13, 14, 15. But here's the thing I want you to recognize, the pattern. Tony Robbins, the motivational, optimizational speaker, the most famous man in personal development. He says, the people who are successful are the people who do pattern recognition, pattern utilization, and create their own patterns. Well, pattern recognition is over the last 10 weeks, Donald Trump wants to flood the zone. He wants to attack this level, break the law, take it to appeals court when he loses, and go to Supreme Court. And guess what? They've all failed. And he's going to do more of the same. Somehow in his mind, he thinks someone's going to get tired of whipping his ass. Nobody's getting tired of that. Then what he's going to do is come in and try to whine and complain like he's doing against the feds, the federal judges, which is totally stupid. You're basically pissing off the judicial branch while you got hundreds of cases in there. Then you're trying to send people, the DOJ, after law firms, which, by the way, his 44th loss was a judge striking down to his executive order to attack law firms. It's like, no, that's unconstitutional. What the hell's wrong with you? It's grown people time. Everybody you look at who's on the blue, I want you from this moment on to look at them with filters. Are they just reporting the news? Or are they giving you context? Are they talking about all the negatives? Or are they talking about the true score of what's happening over the last 10 weeks? Because if they're always just saying, breaking news, this has happened, Trump and Elon have done this. That's not really what you're supposed to be feeding your mind with, is it? You need some motherfuckers who gonna look you dead in the eye and say, listen, yeah, it's bad what they did, but let's look at the past several weeks. What happened to everything bad they did? You need context. You need scores. I just said 44-1, we winning. And you need somebody to tell you not just it's optimism. Fuck optimism, man. This is about truth. This is facts. If you go to a game and you see 44-1, do you say, well, yeah, but all these plays they're playing? No, but they're 44-1. Oh man, they keep passing the ball so well. Yeah, but they're 44-1. At the end of the day, it comes down to the score, and we're winning. Okay? Did I just earn you a subscription on this channel? Well, if you're on YouTube, subscribe, Darren Monroe Politics. If you're not, follow me, say on Instagram or wherever, and then go to Darren Monroe YouTube Politics. I bring in 100. And I don't use the same videos across the same channels. I put a lot more energy and a lot more insight in YouTube. Also got some other cool stuff coming up, so you're going to hear me talk about that as well. Stay strong, stay focused, but don't fall for the left or don't fall for the left media telling you that, or the left influence who just try to hype you up over the horrible things that Trump and Elon done. All the horrible things they've been doing, they've been losing. I'm Darren Monroe, Darren Monroe Politics. Welcome to the revolution, the real one.